Hello, Pokemon trainers. Welcome to the King's Court. Okay, funny story. This video was supposed to come out a couple of days ago, but man, I don't know what happened, but my file messed up, so I had to. Basically, it took a little while to recover, but I managed to fix it. But I had to redo the audio, yada yada yada. But anyways, so either way, this is going to be part, man, I think 19 of the Path to Power series. Thank you so much if you've already subscribed, and we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't, go ahead and like and comment and subscribe now if you feel like it. If you do, thank you so much. And that's pretty much everything. So let me know so far what you think of Regulation Set G. I'm liking it so far. There have been a lot of Miraidon. I'm not gonna. I don't know why. Farafrig. Oh my gosh. Farafrig is gonna come up later, but that's pretty much everything. So right now, I'm gonna start off with my Incineroar and my Calyrex Astral form. So and my opponent's gonna switch out to Among Us now. I've been seeing a lot of Among Us lately, so I had a pretty good idea what they were gonna do. I am not gonna get because a couple of weeks ago, if you saw, um, I think it was a Breloom or something. My opponent kept spamming Spore with Breloom, and all my Pokemon fell asleep. Needless to say, I lost that one, but I do not want to deal with that again. So as soon as I saw that, I was thinking, okay, I know what I got to do. So I'm going to terrestrialize my Incineroar to Ghost right now. So, man, Incineroar is still a beast. So I'm going to fake out on. Okay, it's actually pretty lucky. I was going to fake out on their Pokemon beforehand, but I'm pretty lucky that they just went for taunt because I guess they probably thought I was gonna like I don't know nasty plot or something. So, but I was just gonna go for the Astral Barrage now because I just want to do some damage. Because I had a feeling that their Tornadus had the cloak in order to prevent Fake Out from causing the flinch to set up Tailwind. Because I've been seeing that a lot lately. So I had a feeling that's what they're gonna go for. So luckily my Calyrex special attack will go up. But if I remember right, I'm gonna switch out my Calyrex because I had a feeling that they were going to try to hit Spore on my Calyrex because the special attack went up. And there it is. Oh man, have I been seeing a lot of these lately. I like when I use it, but man, is it annoying to go against. It's one of those Pokemon that I think a lot of us really underestimated at first because, I mean, no one really ever said anything about Girafarig at first. But this man would have thought an evolution and new ability could cause his Pokemon to be so good. It is really cool, and I like that. I like that shiny form actually. It's really cool. So I'm going to withdraw my Calyrex, and I'm going to put out actually my Rillaboom because I had a feeling they're going to go for the Spore. Plus, this way, if they send out their Kyogre again, I could just Grassy Glide into it, try to prevent it from spamming Origin Pulse. So they're going to go into Ally Switch. Don't really see that a lot. At least I haven't. They usually run like Helping Hand or stuff or Trick Room, stuff like that. So the Fake Out's going to hit my opponent's Farafrig. But I was right. They were going to go for the Spore on my Rillaboom. So I pretty much was in a pretty good position right there. So I just got to figure out what to do next. Because the rain is out, so obviously Flare Blitz isn't an option. And I could just maybe Grassy Glide to try to take out the Farafrig now, but then I remembered, oh yeah, that's its ability. Because I don't know, I keep making that same mistake. I don't know why. I just gotta remember that. I might just write it down at this point. So I'm just gonna go for the U-turn. That way, if they switch out, I can pivot out my Rillaboom and go into something else. But if they don't, like they did in right here, Bug will be super effective on it. So that's good for me. And there's also no Trick Room or anything, so my Incineroar should hit their Pokemon first. So I'm in a pretty interesting position. I'm thinking I could go into Calyrex again and maybe just spam Astral Barrage, and that's pretty much what I end up doing. Astral Barrage and Calyrex is so good. So now, yeah, Nerve's gonna go off. And I'm just gonna go for Knockoff to try to take care of that Among Us because I do not want to deal with that thing again. Rocky Helmet. Took a little damage on my Incineroar. That's okay. That's what Citrus Berry is for. So that takes care of two Pokemon so far. Now they have their Kyogre, and I don't know what their last Pokemon is. Yep, and there's the Kyogre. Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, right. The Farafrig was already taken care of as well as their Tornadus. So I pretty much got this actually. So But I need to play it safe because one, like, because the rain is out and they haven't taken any damage at all. So water spout, if I'm not careful, and if I had to guess, most likely the Kyogre either has the life orb or Mystic Water. So if I'm not careful, this could knock out both my Pokemon, and I could be in a really bad position. It's basically what I was thinking to myself. So that's why I protected on my Calyrex, because I'm thinking I could just go into my Rillaboom and just have Grassy Glide take care of it. That way, Water Spout won't do as much damage since it's like Eruption and it depends on the Pokemon's HP. So as long as I do that, my Raging Bolt, if they manage to knock out my Calyrex, will easily take care of it because how much bulk that thing has. Basically what I was thinking to myself. So I'm just waiting for... Okay, so Grassy Glide is going to go off. It's going to hit the Kyogre, and the Astral Barrage will go off. And yep, there it is. Okay, cool. Man, Farafrig is such a good Pokemon, but really annoying too. So that takes care of the first game. Oh, really quick, if you're new to the channel, first off, thank you so much for clicking on this video. We really appreciate it. I like to do a best 3 out of 5. If I can win 3 games, awesome. But if I lose 3 games, better luck next time. So this is like my way of trying to also improve my own skills too, because sometimes I see certain moves I make and I'm thinking to myself, why did I do that? So my opponent's going to start off with Incineroar and Jumpluff. And I'm going to go with Incineroar and Rillaboom. I mean, not Rillaboom. Why did I say that? Ogerpon. I'm too used to using that setup, Incineroar, Rillaboom. But I'm going to go with Ogerpon because I really like Ogerpon. Like, if you've seen any of the Prismatic Evolution, the new Pokemon TCG set, which, by the way, if you've managed to get any of that, man, good on you. That stuff's hard to find right now. I really love those new Ogerpon cards in that set. They look super nice. Me and the other members of the channel were looking to try to get a couple of boxes of it, like a couple of the Elite Trainer boxes of that. If we can, we'll definitely do another box open here on the channel. If we pull any of those, I might just call dibs. Sorry, Hector, I know you're watching. So, but yeah, I really like Ogerpon, and I've really been using it a lot more lately. Ogerpon's actually, if I remember right, going to play a very important part later. So my opponent's going to switch out their jump up. They're going to go into Torkoal. I'm just going to Terastallize right now because I was pretty sure my opponent was going to try to fake out my Incineroar. So I'm basically trying to think 2 steps ahead. I'm thinking, okay, I'll just Terastallize now. That way fake out won't do anything to my Incineroar, and I can just go off from there. And yep, I was right. Sweet. So my Incineroar will use Fake Out. Originally it was Jumpluff. I thought I'll just Fake Out the Jumpluff so it can't set up Tailwind, and I'll try to do some damage with Ogerpon. But they switched down to Torkoal, so that's okay. So their Citrus Berry is going to go off now. At least that berry pops now, so I don't have to worry about it later. So hopefully my Ogerpon can take care of it. So I'm thinking I could just Spiky Shield, and I might just switch out my Incineroar to use later, because basically I was thinking, if I don't take care of the Incineroar now, I want to make sure mine can set off another Intimidate to lower any of their other physical attackers. So I'm just going to go on the Raging Bolt right here. So, yeah, let's see. Special attack Singing Heightens. Sweet. And the Spiky Shield is going to go off right now. Let's see. So they're going to go for Knockoff. That does stink for me, losing the boost energy. And my opponent's going to go for an Earth Power. Thank goodness for Spiky Shields. So I'm thinking, okay, I could probably just go for another Ivy Cup. Just go for another super effective hit on Incineroar. And I'm thinking I could maybe just switch out my Raging Bolt again to lower the attack of my opponent's Incineroar again, because I wanted to save Raging Bolt for later in case there was a Pokemon like, because I saw earlier, I think they had like a, no, not Pelipper. They had something weak to electric, so I wanted to save my Raging Bolt for later. So, plus I want to get that boost back on it, so that's why I withdrew. So the Intimidate's going to go off, and it does lower the opponent's Incineroar, and yep, alright, Ogerpon's going to knock out Incineroar. Like I said, I really like Ogerpon. And my opponent's Torkoal is going to go for the Earth Power. I don't know if that would have knocked out my Raging Bolt, but it would have done a good amount of damage, more than I'd like it to. So they're going to send back out their Jump Bluff. Okay, cool. I like that shiny look for Jump Bluff. I like that pink. It actually works well for it. So I'm thinking I'll just do it again. And because my Incineroar is fresh out, I'll just go for the Fake Out. So I'm going to go over the Fake Out and the Jump Bluff. But unfortunately, I didn't think about it until then, until it was already too late. They have the cloak, so there goes that. So, but my Ogerpon is going to hit the Torkoal. So close. One more hit should definitely do it. But luckily, it lowered the attack so much that Eruption does almost nothing. So that's good for me. So I'm just going to hit it again and basically just try to knock out both my opponent's Pokemon. So I'm going to go for the Flare Blitz because since the sun is out, even if they switch out the Jump Bluff, this will still do a lot of damage. But if they don't switch out the Jump Bluff, this should easily knock it out. It's basically what I was thinking to myself. So let's see. Yeah, okay, they're going to withdraw their Torkoal instead. And they're going to send out a... Okay, their Flutter Mane. Cool. So there's going to go off, and now their speed is increased. Okay, cool. All right. We're going to go for Sleep Powder, and thank goodness, Ogerpon is grass. So I'm just going to go for another hit and hit the Flutter Mane, almost knocking it out. Close. And this should easily just take care of the Jump Bluff. And that's good for me. Sweet. And I already know their last Pokemon is Torkoal, so I'm in a really good position, honestly. Because even if they do knock out any of them, I still have my Raging Bolt and my Calyrex still. So let's see, they're going to send out, yeah, Torkoal. Alright, cool. So I'm thinking, alright, maybe I could just go for another hit and just see what I can do next. Yeah, and I'm going to go for the knockoff. Even though Fluttermane is half fairy, half ghost, so will only do normal damage, it still should be enough to take care of it. It's basically what I was thinking. Okay. So, let's see. Okay. Yep. Alright. So we're going to Terastallize right here. I was a little actually worried about this, because I thought maybe they'll like Terastallize the pure fairy. So, but instead they're going to go into Psychic. Wasn't expecting that. Still looks pretty cool though. But this is good for me because this means this will hit for super effective now. So they're going to go for the Icy Wind. That actually got close to knocking out Ogerpon. Speed's going to go down, and so will my Incineroar. But the Torkoal is going to be taken care of, so I pretty much got this right here. Yep. Torkoal's knocked down, and just one knockoff, and luckily they transfer this to Psychic, so it's a guaranteed one hit. Yep. Alright, cool. And I got that one. Nice. Wasn't expecting them to terrestrialize into Psychic. You don't really see that often. Alright, cool. So I managed to get that one. So far the score is 2 wins, no losses yet. So if I could just clutch one more, I got this one. And on to the next one. Let's see. Okay, now my opponent's going to send out... Landorus T and Tornadus. Tornadus, you do see a good amount. I don't really see a lot of, like, Landorus Darien form, which is kind of crazy to think about because a couple of years ago, Landorus T was almost as like expected to see on a team like Incineroar is now. It was that prevalent back in the day. So man, it's just crazy to think about. So the Intimidate's going to go off, which is going to lower my Rillaboom's attack. But luckily, Raging Bolt is a special attacker, so I'm okay there. I'm thinking I do not want my opponent to just spam Earthquake, so I'm just going to go for the Fake Out on the Landorus. And I'm just going to go for pure offense against the Tornadus, especially since I was thinking to myself, it probably has that cloak as well, just like the Jump Bluff did. So I didn't want to take the chance of Fake Out just being a waste. So I'm going to Fake Out on the Landorus T. The Tailwind's going to go off. Can't really stop that. So yeah, they flinch, and Thunderbolt should hopefully take care of it. Yeah, alright, cool. So that's one Pokemon down so far. Okay, let's see who they're going to send out next. And they're going to go with Walking. You don't really see this one a lot. Like, it's when it comes to this trio, it's usually Raging Bolt. So I wasn't expecting that one. So I'm thinking I could just go Grassy Glide. It'll do, normal damage to either of them, or I could just switch out to lower the Landorus' attack. Is basically what I was thinking because I was basically thinking they're gonna try to spam Earthquake or something. So I was gonna terrestrialize and I could protect as well, but I was also thinking, should I just go for the offense? Yeah, I was in a weird position right here because Electric won't do anything to Landorus. It only do normal damage to Walking Wake, so I was thinking maybe it's just worth it to go for that. So I'm going to withdraw, like I said, and send out Incineroar. So I'll manage to lower the Landorus T's attack. So hit the Walking Wake. That won't really do much because it's a special attacker. And my opponent's also going to terrestrialize. Remember, right? They're going to terrestrialize their Walking Wake. Yeah. And they're going to... Okay, ground. Okay, that's a big game changer right there because unfortunately this means my Thunderbolt won't do anything. I wasn't expecting ground, honestly. Usually you see the terrestrializations to like Fairy or Ghost or stuff like that. So I wasn't expecting ground. So the Terra Blast is going to go off, and yeah, that's going to knock out my Raging Bolt. Again, I was not expecting that. That's really cool, too. Okay, so I'm thinking, alright, I could just... They're both weak to water, so I was thinking I could just use my Urshifu, and it should hopefully be able to knock them out, but I was thinking maybe instead I can go with Rillaboom instead and try to have Rillaboom and Incineroar do damage, which I probably should have done. Like, if anything, I probably should have just had Rillaboom and Incineroar do as much damage as possible. That way I could just send out my Urshifu and have Aqua Jet basically just finish them off. But yeah, hindsight. So I'm thinking I could just go for Aqua Jet, but I'm running the Choice Scarf, which I've kind of been like tempted to really change that because there have been times where like this where I could use Aqua Jet or something, but I also would like to use like Close Combat or something, but they're stuck into a certain move. So I've kind of been tempted just to go like Mystic Water or something. Let me know in the comments like what do you think. So they're gonna withdraw their Walking Wake, and now I'm thinking to myself, okay, who's next? It's gonna be Koraidon. Was not expecting Koraidon. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, Dragon and Fighting, but I don't have a Fairy on me right now. So I'm just gonna go over Surging Strikes, try to do as much damage as possible to Landorus. 2 and 3. Dang. So close. So that's 3 hits. The sun is out. I honestly forgot about that. I think that's what really... I think if it wasn't for the sun, that would have knocked out. So, yeah, that does stink. So, I'm thinking I could just switch out because I don't want to lose like Incineroar yet because both Koraidon and Landorus are physical attackers. So I wanted to use Intimidate one more time. Yeah, this is what I meant right here where I wish I was using the Mystic Water instead. That way Aqua Jet could just basically be cleanup duty and take care of the Landorus. So I'm going to go send out Rillaboom instead. And they're going to go with the Collision Course. And that doesn't knock out Urshifu, thank goodness. My opponent is going to use the Rock Slide. It doesn't hit Urshifu, but it did hit Rillaboom. So Landorus is taken care of at least. Alright, so far 2 Pokemon taken care of, and now they have their Koraidon and Walking Wake left, and the Tailwind is gone, so it still could go either way though. So they're going to go with Walking Wake. Alright. Yeah, the sun, like I said, is like a really big issue for me. And both their Pokemon are also at full HP, and both of mine have already taken damage, especially Urshifu. So, like I said, it could go either way still. So let's see. Tailwind is gone though, at least. So my Urshifu should hit first. That's basically what I was thinking to myself. Let's see. see. Okay. And waiting. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use Fake Out on the Koraidon to avoid another collision course. And I'm just going to go for the Surging Strike right here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, shoot. Close, but no cigar. So, and the Koraidon did flinch, and now they're going to be able to use Weather Ball. Yeah, that does stink for me. So unfortunately, I do lose Urshifu. So, bit of an interesting position. So, and they're going to gain some HP back too. Alright, the grass is also gone, and I'm also down to my last two, so I can't even reset up the terrain. So yeah, but the Intimidate will go off. But they're wearing Clear Amulet. I wasn't expecting that. So yeah, like I said, interesting position. Yeah, I grassy glided right there, but I actually did was basically thinking to myself, okay, maybe I try to do some damage because it is ground. And I didn't want to use Wood Hammer because I didn't want to take any damage because I wanted my Pokemon to try to last as long as possible, basically. So the flinch, they're going to use Weather Ball. Unfortunately, that does take care of my Rillaboom. Yeah, dang, that thing hits pretty hard, not gonna lie. So yeah, not much I can really do. So I can basically just try to, I guess, like terrestrialize and try to do something. So thinking I'll just try to knock off on the Walking Wake because Koraidon will resist Dark. So I'm thinking, I might as well at least try to take one down with me, basically. So I'm gonna terrestrialize right here. And try to do something. The collision course is going to go off. Luckily, that's a fighting move, so that doesn't affect Incineroar since it's terrestrialized. But the Weather Ball will go off. Damn, that does a lot of damage. So yeah, I'm gonna gain some HP. The Citrus Berry is gonna go off, but yeah. So the knockoff right here, almost got it. Okay, that makes sense. The choice specs, that makes sense, and the sunlight's gone now too. So okay, no wonder it was hitting so hard. But it's pretty much GG here. Yeah, Dragon Claw almost took care of Incineroar and Draco Meteor. Yep. Yeah. Like I said, GG. Good on my opponent. Good game, though. Yep. Like I said, don't really see Walking Wake a lot. It's pretty cool seeing, actually. Yep, so my opponent got that one. So far, 2 wins, 1 loss. Alright. Time for the next one. Alright, let's see if I can make the comeback. So, yeah, my opponent's gonna send out Miraidon and Pelipper. Yeah, I think this is the game I was. I think this is the game I was thinking of. So the electric terrain is gonna be set up, which is good for me because this way I can use that for my Raging Bolt. Intimidate's gonna go off, but it really isn't gonna bug either of them, and Drizzle's gonna go off. A lot of first turn effects are gonna go off. So, and the Protosynthesis. So, special attacks are gonna go up. That's good for me. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm just going to terrestrialize now because I do not want to deal with that. Well, not here. I'm going to have my Raging Bolt terrestrialized because I was thinking I don't want to deal with the Miraidon trying to like spam Draco Meteor or something. So, plus I was thinking, you know what? If I can just take care of the Pelipper now, they really don't have any other Pokemon that could hit Incineroar super effective, so I don't got to worry as much. So my opponent's going to terrestrialize into Pure Electric. Probably because they were thinking the same thing. They probably thought I was also going to like try to spam Draco Meteor or something. Which I was tempted to do, but I was thinking the Pelipper would probably be the more important thing to go for first. That way I can get rid of... That way when the rain goes away, I don't have to worry about any more like terrain setups. Like, with, rain. So I'm going to terrestrialize, and I'm going to use Fake Out on the Pelipper, because Pelipper's usually run Focus Sash, so I was thinking, I'm just going to break that Focus Sash now, and just have Raging Bolt just take care of it with Thunderbolt. So we're going to Volt Switch out the Miraidon. It's going to hit my Incineroar. That almost knocked out too. Thank goodness for the berry. So, yeah, Miraidon's going to go back to them, and now they're going to send out their next Pokemon is going to be, let's see, Meowscarada. Okay, cool. And the Thunderbolt, this will easily take care of the Pelipper. Yep, alright, cool. So when the rain goes away, that's it. No more rain. So that's good for me. So I'm thinking, okay, I got my Raging Bolt. That's already terrestrialized in a Fairy. So no more terrestrializations. So Incineroar, I gotta be careful. And they're gonna go back out into Miraidon. Okay, that's cool. So I'm thinking, okay, what can I do next? I don't want to lose Incineroar just yet, so I'm thinking, would it be worse to let Ogerpon take the hit? This is basically what I was thinking to myself. But at the same time, I knew Ogerpon could probably come up later, so I'm thinking, you know what, I could just go for Draco Meteor. It won't kill, but it will do some damage. So basically, that's just what I go for. So I'm going to withdraw Incineroar to go to send out Ogerpon. Okay, cool. And now they're going to go for the Electro Drift. I was a little surprised by this. I really did think this is going to knock out. And it does, yeah. It knocks out my Raging Bolt, which does stink. But if I had to guess, the Miraidon most likely is Choice Spect. And the Meowscarada is going to go for a U-turn, which Protein will turn into Bug, so now it's going to be for Stab. I'm honestly surprised my Ogerpon lived that. I really did. I'm honestly really surprised looking back, and honestly. So they're gonna now. Okay, now they're gonna go out into Garchomp. Okay, so I know they're not gonna like take the chance of losing their Rhydon. So I wasn't thinking. I was thinking to myself, okay, they're probably not gonna go for Earthquake because if they did, that probably would take care of their own Pokemon. And luckily, Incineroar's Intimidate will go off and lower Garchomp's attack, which is good for me. So I'm thinking, what can I do next? I was thinking I could just hit the Miraidon and try to do as much damage as possible. And I could just fake out as well as the Miraidon. Because, like I said, I had a feeling they weren't going to risk Earthquake and knocking out their Pokemon as well. Because Miraidon is too good to take the chance of losing. But so instead, they're going to withdraw the Miraidon and go back out to Meowscarada. So the fake out is going to hit the Meowscarada instead. They're going to go for Liquidation. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't even know they could learn Liquidation. That's pretty cool. So unfortunately, that is the end of it for my Incineroar. But my Ogerpon is going to knock out the Meowscarada. Nice. I forgot how frail that thing is. So that's good for me. So I have 2 Pokemon left. Ogerpon and Calyrex. So this is where Ogerpon shines right here. So my opponent still has 2 Pokemon as well. And so do I. So I'm thinking, man, I might, because I was thinking, there's nothing I could really do that'll really hit either of them for super effective. So I was thinking, okay, neither of them usually run that, yeah, so I'm thinking I could just go for another hit. But I was also thinking, I could just go Follow Me. That way, if they try to hit my Ogerpon, I could just... Unfortunately, Ogerpon will have to make the sacrifice. So that's what I was thinking. I could use Follow Me, use Ogerpon as a sacrifice. I know it sounds so messed up saying. But have Calyrex to spam Astral Barrage. And it actually knocks out the Garchomp crazy enough. So, man, I wasn't expecting that. So, alright. And Calyrex special attack will go up as well. So, that just worked out perfectly. They are going to use Electro Drift, and unfortunately that will take care of Ogerpon. But, man, I pretty much wouldn't have made this without Ogerpon. I really like Ogerpon, like I said. I'm definitely going to try to get some of those cards. So that's 1-1 basically. And I pretty much got this, like I said, thanks to Ogerpon using Follow Me. So I'm just going to use Psychic and take care of my opponent's Miraidon. And yep, and there you go. Alright. Man, that was crazy. I really did think I wasn't gonna make that one after I lost Raging Bolt so fast. So that's 3 wins, 1 loss. All right, if you made it this far, thank you so much. If you want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good week. Take care. Bye.